Hey, I'm Bob, and this is your DM guide for Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden, Chapter 4, Destruction's Light. It begins by saying 10 towns won't survive the attack of Xardarok's dragon without the character's intervention. But I'm telling you that at least 5 towns cannot survive if you go by the book. As written, this Chardalan dragon starts flying as soon as your party approaches Xardarok's fortress in Chapter 3. And assuming your party wants to stop it, a stranger shows up with a few dog sleds, offering a ride, but they'll have to sit next to her undead kobolds. This is Arcane Brotherhood wizard Veline Harple, a cool necromancer who will explain her real goal of wanting the party to help her defeat the Frostmaiden if necessary. But that character is not necessary if you use the way more exciting version of this encounter I presented in the Chapter 3 video, having the presumed dead wizard Dazan literally explode out of the fortress carrying an unconscious Myconid and casting a beefed up fly spell on the party so they can actually catch up to the dragon. In my game, I've replaced every other Arcane Brotherhood wizard with Dazan in a multitude of his simulacrum, because cutting down on the number of important NPCs is an easy way to keep your party on track, and there's no reason he can't provide all the same information. Namely, this wizard wants a group of adventurers to help steal a magical book from the Frostmaiden, the Codicil of White, which they'll need to access the buried ancient magical city of Yithrin and truly defeat Auriel. Ideally, you should drop hints about Yithrin magic earlier on so it's not a complete info dump like it was in my game. But let's get back to the dragon. Here's a nice big table I made with all the dragon flight times and the time spent attacking each town. Also available in the Chapter 4 PDF on my Patreon. It takes the dragon a whopping 56.5 hours to complete its entire circuit, which feels like a long time, but it's not enough time for your party to save all the towns. Let's say your party goes on a straight 15-mile trek to East Haven, because it's the closest town that's not across a bunch of mountains or a lake. Even ignoring the mountain travel, that's a 15-hour journey on dog sleds, meaning Dugan's Hole, Goodmead, East Haven, and half of Caer Dineval are already destroyed. And there's no way to catch up, so they may as well head to Bryn Shander and wait to face the dragon there, perhaps getting in a rest in the meantime. Plan B. Go 25 miles straight from the fortress to Tourmaline. After that 25-hour journey, they would catch the dragon with an hour left before it completely fries this town, but half of it's already gone. They would have skipped a long rest, and once they deal 30 hit points of damage, the dragon is written to take off for the next town. Then, if they still don't rest, they could catch up with it in Targos, deal some damage, and once again push it off to Bryn Shander. This is an impossible task with a terrible outcome, so the simplest change is to raise the dragon's HP threshold for escape. 50, or about 1/3 of its hit points, would make a nice 3-stage battle. But with the book's timing, we only get 2 stages, Tourmaline and Targos, so the cutoff would have to be about 75 hit points, and that still only saves 1.5 towns. So I know my solution gives the party a serious buff, but they need some help, and here's how it worked in my game. I did not have the dragon fly off immediately from the fortress because I wanted my party to witness it down in the forge, as described in my Chapter 3 video. Of course, the players had other ideas, and basically alerted everyone in the fortress to their presence by cutting the chains of an elevator and sending it careening down to the forge. So then I decided I should release the dragon, and when the party started to go after it, Dazan burst in, gave some super brief exposition, and cast this ludicrous version of the fly spell, allowing them to make it to their home base in Lonelywood, warn the citizens, take a short rest, and face off with the dragon in an aerial battle between Tourmaline and Lonelywood. It was awesome, and when they destroyed it, it exploded, sending a shockwave through Icewind Dale that nearly killed one of my PCs. Yes, they still lost 6 towns, but they got to save 4, more than double what the book allows, and including the one that mattered most to them. This chapter does include some very helpful details about the destruction in each town, like which notable NPCs survived or didn't, as well as several other tasks your heroes can work on if you decide not to go with an epic aerial dragon battle. Bottom line, this chapter doesn't end with the dragon. I have small raiding parties of drow, because I'm using drow, not Dwergar, now occupying each destroyed town, except Caer Dineval, where they were defeated by the Knights of the Black Sword cultists, And I decided that Nerthmac Sildanar of Targos, who has been trying to take over 10 towns, is also using this as an opportunity to invade Bryn Shander. So once my party solves some of that nonsense, Dazan is going to show up and then fly them off to Arl's Island for Chapter 5. Now, check out the rest of this playlist and consider liking, subscribing, or even joining Patreon to support the channel. Thank you to our sponsor, Describe, and keep building.